Ultimately, this is the clash between two very good ideas. The first is reintroducing wolves to the California wilderness. The other beautiful idea is organic cattle ranching. These are big, beautiful, wide green pastures that, back up to really jaw-dropping, snow-covered mountains. It's idyllic, especially for the wolves. It's perfect if you're an apex predator looking for something to eat. This is a problem that's been around for a very long time. About 100 years ago, wolves had been hunted almost to extinction in the United States because of the toll they were taking on cattle. And the notion when, wolves were put on the endangered species list back in the 1970s to protect them was that, you'd bring them back and they'd hunt deer and they'd hunt elk and, it would be this revived natural habitat. But the truth is that, given the choice between chasing an elk or just wandering down into the pasture and eating a cow, what would you pick? The wolves just set up shop and they start hounding your cattle around and around the pasture. They'll do like 10 miles in the space of 4 hours, which is not what cows do. And they're being chased around by these wolves, and they end up losing a lot of weight. And the anxiety spreads through the herd because, their babies are essentially constantly getting snatched by these wolves. It's becoming a really, really serious problem for these ranchers who are, at the margins anyway. The California Department of Fish and Wildlife, which oversees this whole wolf management program, they've, come up with these, they call them hazing techniques to try to keep the wolves off the cattle. But really, the wolves adapt. It's really hard to dissuade the wolves peacefully. I was talking to this 25-year-old cowboy up in McDowell, California. So when you ask him how he feels about wolves...
Oh, I don't like them. I hate them. Yeah, no. I've probably had to put down over 30 head or so.
Yeah.
Just that have been chewed on but that doesn't count all the other little baby calves that they've just picked right away from their mothers as soon as they're born.
I spent the better part of a day with the department's appointed investigator for Siskiyou County as he goes out and investigates these suspected wolf kills. He loves the wolves, but he really sympathizes with the ranchers who are trying to live with them.
I understand people want to see wolves get reestablished in California, but what are they going to eat? And you can look out here and you can see hundreds and hundreds of cattle, and this is kind of their fast food.
Right.
This is like pulling up to Burger King, get your Angus beef and go. So that's what's happening here.
So now he's come around to, he thinks you have to let the ranchers shoot wolves. There's a lot of people in California who love wolves, but there aren't a lot of people in California who love wolves and live near them. and that's sort of the issue. I love the notion of, restoring this beautiful animal to the landscape. It's no skin off me. I live in Long Beach. But if I were a rancher, if I were living like in, the Butte Valley, like way up northeast in California, and I had the most aggressive pack of hunting wolves living on the ridge right up above my cattle, I would feel very differently about it, and they absolutely do.